What's up, you freaking geniuses? So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to divide a fraction by a mixed number. Okay, and we're also going to do it the other way around. We're going to do a mixed number divided by a fraction. And the two examples I'm going to show you right now are going to be with negative fractions. Okay, so here we have negative 3/2 over 3 2/5, right? Don't worry about how complicated it looks. Just start with your first step, which is just rewriting this as a normal division problem, okay? So we're going to have our numerator, okay, negative 3 over 2, divided by our denominator, 3 2/5. 3 2/5. Okay, so here we have a fraction divided by a mixed number. But again, we have to change this mixed number into an improper fraction. So how do you change 3 2/5 into an improper fraction? Well, again, we're going to use our little shortcut. So we're just going to multiply these two numbers together and then add that one at the end. So what's 5 times 3? That's 15, right? 15 plus 2 is equal to 17. All right, so 17 is going to be the numerator of your improper fraction. And what goes in the bottom? Whatever denominator you had here. So since we had a 5 here, we're going to have a 5 here. Okay, so 3 2/5 is equal to 17 over 5. So I'm going to take out my 3 2/5 right here, and I'm going to replace it with my 17 over 5. 17 over 5. Okay, now you can see our division problem is set up. So again, we're going to apply KFC. Okay, so KFC. So we're going to keep this first one. So negative 3 over 2 stays as negative 3 over 2. Then we're going to flip this second fraction. So 17 over 5 is now going to be 5 over 17. And then we're going to change our sign from division to multiplication. Okay, now we have negative 3 over 2 times 5 over 17. Okay, so now that we're just multiplying, we're going to multiply straight across. So 3 times 5, that's equal to 15, right? And that's going to go over 2 times 17. 2 times 17 is 34. Now, is our answer going to be negative or positive? Well, a negative number times a positive number is a negative number, okay? So going back to the original problem, negative 3 over 2 over 3 2/5 is equal to negative 15 over 34. Okay, now let's just do one more problem where both of the fractions are going to be negative. All right, so this looks ugly, but stick to your steps, okay? So what's going to be the first step? We're just going to rewrite this as a regular division problem. Okay, so this is going to be equal to our numerator, so negative 3 2/5 divided by our denominator, negative 3 over 2. Negative 3 over 2. Okay, so again, we can't have a mixed number here. So negative 3 2/5. We have to change that to an improper fraction. How are we going to do that? Well, first of all, since this is negative, I'm going to hide my negative sign for just a second, okay? We're not getting rid of it, we're just hiding it for a second, okay? So let's do our little shortcut again, okay? So we're going to multiply here, and then we're going to add here, right? So what's 5 times 3? 5 times 3 is 15, and then 15 plus 2 is 17, right? So that's our numerator, and that's going to go over our denominator here, which we had 5 here, so it's going to be 5 here also. Okay, now let's bring our negative sign back, okay? So now, since this was a negative fraction, this is also a negative fraction, okay? So negative 3 2/5 is equal to negative 17 over 5. So again, I'm going to get rid of my negative 3 2/5 here, and I'm going to replace it with my negative 17 over 5. Negative 17 over 5, okay? Now we just have two regular fractions, so now we can apply KFC. Okay, so we're going to have KFC. Okay, so we're going to keep this first one. So negative 17 over 5 stays as negative 17 over 5. Then we're going to flip this second one. So negative 3 over 2 turns into negative 2 over 3. Okay, so don't forget to bring this negative sign with you. Okay, we don't just randomly change it to a positive fraction. It's negative here, so it stays negative here. Now, the last step is the C, which means change your division sign into a multiplication sign. All right, so again, we're just multiplying two fractions together, so we're going to multiply straight across. What is 17 times 2? 17 times 2 is 34. And that's going to go over 5 times 3, right? What's 5 times 3? 15. Okay, and lastly, is our answer negative or positive? Well, a negative number times a negative number is a positive number, right? So our answer here is positive 34 over 15. All right, guys, so that's how you divide a fraction by a mixed number and also a mixed number by a fraction. So I hope the video was helpful. If it was, definitely leave a thumbs up down below. And if you still have any questions, leave them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to try and help you out. Also, there's a playlist attached at the end of the video, so if there's any other topics you need help with, definitely go check those out, and I'll see you there.